My name's Richard, and my profession is I've been in the media for 30 years. I'm 52 years old.
My name is Franco, and I'm 47 years old, and I've been an electrician for a little over 30 years now.
My name is Gary. I have a Bachelor of Science and Master of Science in nuclear chemistry. I have a half master's in nuclear engineering. I have an MBA.
My name is Josh. I am 30 years old. I'm a musician, label owner. My experience was in 1999, approximately June. So I got pulled over for driving without a license, and when I didn't have a license because it had been revoked, they took me to jail. So in going to jail, I was there approximately 8 days, and in my third day I had an experience where I was looking out the window. You know, it's in jail, you look out the window a lot, and there was nothing out the window for days, and then at one point I saw a UFO pop up from the ground, and it was really detailed. It was really very close, less than a quarter mile. I could see it had a white glow. It had it was dark green and sort of a teardrop shape. From the back was larger than the front. I could see that against the gray clouds it had a white glow, and it kind of went up into the clouds, and it tooled around, and it kind of did just like somebody was test driving it. It was just kind of going around, you know, just moving oddly. Then it came back down and back to kind of where it came up from, and then it just went on a straight path, and it was flying very slowly towards the north. And the Boulder jail faces the east, and the windows are pretty much directly east, and then directly north is where it was flying, so it was to my left. So it was going, and it went out of my view, and then pretty much I didn't have any time to think about it before I saw another one. This one popped up from the ground in the same manner. Now it's a kind of a hill, and it came up, and instead of doing what the other one did, it just kind of went on the same path, and it went same speed, same level, trajectory, everything like that, and went all the way out of sight. And there was about 2 or 3 more. I think there was about 5 in total. And every time that one would go out of my view, it would be not 20 seconds before another one would pop up. It pops up and, you know, does the same path, and then it stopped. Okay, and so then you know, we have dinner in the jail, and then there's it got dark, and I went back out by the window, and I'm just waiting for more, and I was probably there about a half an hour, and this was maybe like 8 o'clock at night or so, probably later actually. So anyway, so it was dark, and I was hoping for something to happen, and it did, and another one came up, and it started again, and for the same pattern, only this one looked like an airplane, and it flashed like an airplane. It was the speed of an airplane, which was not something I noticed by the ones before, because there was very clearly dark green crafts, unmarked crafts, and there was maybe another 3 or 4 that went
guess I'm like most people. I had to see one before I could really accept the fact that these exist. My third sighting was on September 1st of 2006. We were coming home from a family party. It was 9:45. The visibility was horrible. It was a combination of rain and snow with heavy fog. You could not see taillights 100 feet in front of you. I was coming down Highway 72 near our development, which puts me about a couple of miles from the house, and I saw an incredibly bright light at a distance of over a half a mile, maybe a mile. And I couldn't even make out the street light at the end of the road for our development. And I said to my wife, I said, what in the heck is that bright light? Well, she wouldn't look at it because I had made the mistake of saying, I think it's a UFO. As we approached the development, we turned left onto our road, which goes north and south. And at that point, there was a house that's being built 200 yards back off the road. It had no power yet. This bright light, which appeared to be about 30 inches in diameter, and was so bright it was difficult to look at. And remember, I couldn't see taillights 100 feet in front of me, but this light was so bright at 200 yards that it was hard to look at. Began to move slowly towards us. We continued on past that property, made a right turn so that we were facing west. By that time I saw the light had moved out several hundred feet in front of the house and was moving north and was near crossing the highway. We continued on up the mountain to our house, and we got to the turn. I looked back and just in time to see it disappear behind the mountain on the other side of Highway 72. I went back the next day. There are no poles with lights on them that are within 5 feet of the peak of that house. There are no lights that I could see anywhere near that house. I also went back at night. There is a yard light for a house